obviously I want to do this because people, they want to know what it's like to work with me before they call me, because having someone help them with the sale of their house is a big deal. Like it's a big transaction for most people. And so I bought your house, and I was actually looking back on the numbers, and from the day we signed the contract to the day we ended up closing, it was about 12 days. And that's important because that's one of the things we advertise, is that we can buy people's houses quickly. And so your place is a good example because we bought it in 12 days. But I also wanted to ask you about, kind of how you ended up with a house to sell to me, and what you thought it was like working with me.
Okay, well, my name is Carla, and I inherited the house. My father died in 2015, and I was gone, and my brother, my younger brother, took over, and he moved in with his girlfriend, and they were living in there when I was gone, and then he got cancer, and I had to come back. And I was living down in Panama at the time, and I moved back in 2018 and lived with him and her for a little while. And they had cats, and she still had cats. He passed away in 2020, and so because she still had cats and she was still a very lousy housekeeper, the house basically just fell apart.
Sure.
It was a big, huge mess to begin with when they were living there, but it became an even bigger mess after that. And I moved out in between 2018 and 2020. I did do the probate on it, and I got the house, and before my brother died. And so I was trying to get her to move out. I gave her 1 year to stay there, and then told her, listen, you need to leave. She didn't want to leave.
Yeah.
So I had to go through the court battle with the lawyer and all that stuff to get her out. And because of COVID, we kind of had to put things on hold. And then we started again. We finally finished it just this last year.
Yeah.
And then I put the house on the market. And I knew that the house couldn't be sold as is for what I would like to get for it, which was a higher value, but I knew that if I had somebody that wanted to flip it, maybe it would be worth something.
Yeah.
It's a nice house. It's 4 bedrooms. It could be even 5 because there's that larger bedroom downstairs, and a 1/2 bath. So it could be used as rentals. It could be used as a large family home.
Right.
Maybe somebody wants to have a business inside of it. You could do any number of things there. Even you could rent out the lower level and keep the upper level for yourself, whatever. So I received a postcard from you in the mail early last year, actually, and you found me, and I just tucked it away until I had all of the legal stuff taken care of and out of the way. And then I gave you a call and I asked you, would you give me an offer on it? And you gave me an offer, and I was like, well, maybe I should fish around and find out where that middle ground is for the pricing, because there's this price if it was in good condition and really, sharp, and then there's this price because it's got a lot of problems, but I don't know what those problems are and what they're going to do to the actual end price.
Right.
So I asked some people to do some inspections. I had some other flippers give me some other offers. They asked me some other questions, so I had some other things that I investigated, things like the foundation, electrical, plumbing, all those different things were looked at.
Right.
And I finally had 2 people who had given me some final offers that I was happy with, but then they bagged on me. I lost both of them. And I went, well, I did not ask Wyatt if he wanted to throw his hat in the ring, since I now have all this new information about the foundation and all the other stuff. And I went back to you and I said, hey, it's been nice, but maybe I'm going to pass on your deal. And you said, well, could you give me another chance?
Right.
And so I thought, well, okay, fair enough. And you did. You gave me another offer. And it was a fair offer that was in the same ballpark as the other offers that I had received. And you closed on it really, really quick. Our negotiation was very, very easy. It was also very quick because we pretty much kind of communicated about what was and what wasn't wrong with the house periodically here and there during our whole entire conversation. And 12 days it was done. And you've even been so gracious as to keep some of the heirloom items and things that I wanted to keep. a toolbox, antique pot. There's an old truck parked in front that hasn't ran forever and ever, and you've been very patient with me in that, and I have found a buyer for that as well.
Great.
And so you've just kind of held them aside for me, and I do appreciate that. I had questions about taxes, and you said, hey, why don't you talk to my accountant, and you gave me his telephone number. I think you went above and beyond the call of duty on that one, because I really didn't expect anybody to give me a tax accountant's name to talk about house taxes and stuff like that, because I'd never sold a house before.
Sure, yeah.
And so I just appreciate all of your help and how kind and generous you've been the whole entire way, with all of the bumps and ups and downs, and even now just helping me to get the stuff out of the house that I want to keep. And you're just about emptied the house out even now, and it's less than a month. The house is almost empty. So
Yeah, definitely.
thank you very much.
Well, thank you.
appreciate it.
This is really great.